Hello, peeps, peepettes, and the associated peeplings. I'm the Neoshadowzac, and we are here with a unusually minimalistic game about cubes called Thomas Was Alone. An indie game that here has a lot of heart. And after my last nightmare, this will be better. The program was a failure. People forget this. It was a massive flop. The coder started adding name strings to AI as a joke. Thomas 80 23 6 12 wasn't special. It was just an AI in the right place at the right time.
Thomas was alone. Wow. A weird first thought to have.
I'm a cube. I can jump. 0.2. Very portalish. I hope I don't. This narrator isn't always over talk.
Decided to start
It's gonna.
Observations for posterity.
This game's gonna make me.
1. The whole alone thing. 2. Portals. They led somewhere. He'd yet to work out where. 3. Falling. Thomas was absolutely fantastic at falling. He was almost as good at falling as he was at observing.
I'm going to end up getting overwritten by this guy, aren't I? Music's very calming, though.
Okay, interesting. Thomas couldn't fall past this block. Think, damn it, think. What if there was some kind of inverted fall? Some way to... what's the word? Jump. It worked! Thomas had solved the great inverted fall mystery.
You know what? I don't mind this guy narrating if it gives a crucial story. Some games do that. Tells you the story.
Jump. But Thomas noted there was no real danger in missing it. The world didn't want him to fail here. It was pushing him, but gently.
So I can't make that jump. Yep. Simples. Just the tutorial, obviously. Oh, there's water.
This all seemed a little dangerous. The world was not to be trusted. It was unstable, and it seemed to Thomas that it could let him down at any moment.
This is why I have trust issues.
He was starting to suspect it might even be doing so on purpose.
Is this water toxic?
Paranoia.
Yes. Yes, it is.
This all seemed a little dangerous. The world was not to be trusted. It was unstable, and it seemed to Thomas that it could let him down at any...
0.6.
Thomas wondered whether the portals were actually taking him anywhere. He felt like he was making progress, but there wasn't really any way to know. He seemed to be moving predominantly up and to the right, which might, or might not, be important.
Feel like there's a portal joke I could make here. But to be honest, they've all overdone. I'm not having a fun time compared to spikes and saw blades and squids and banshees and shamblers. Shamblers.
Might have been paranoia again, but Thomas could have sworn the world was becoming more complicated. It always seemed to be one step ahead of his skills.
Not my skills, I'm doing this expertly.
It had been designed just for him. He wondered why. Was the world testing him? No. Too obvious.
Perhaps it's a killer machine robot with the a secretary forced into it.
Something about the boiling, toxic, glowing water intimidated Thomas. He didn't like it. He certainly didn't want to swim in it.
Whee! Ah, so this is a checkpoint.
He made another mental note. 4. Water. Not good. To be avoided.
Whoops.
The loneliness was getting to Thomas. No amount of observation or obsessive note-taking could combat that.
You'll need people to play with sometimes. I was told this story would help me learn about the world. We shall see. Lots of cubes. Very cubic. Yep. I fail easy jumps? Well, I don't think my last playthrough, so easy jumps are the ones the easiest. That's why they're called the easy jumps. At least no hard gimmicks yet. That would suck. 0.1.0.
Thomas had a new theory. The world was training him. He could feel himself getting smarter. There was the mental list to consider. Over the minutes and seconds since his spontaneous generation, he'd become a pretty skilled jumper.
No thanks to my expert skills.
He was evolving. He just wished he had someone to share it with.
Oh, poor Thomas. He just wants a friend. Oh gosh, the world's going all cuckoo. Please don't let there's someone to play with, be a boss. Gotcha! What's going on here? I submitted hundreds of bug reports. I told the idiot this would happen. Overlapping scripts, more than one AI was bound to be spawned into an environment at some point. Turns out I missed the point. That little error changed everything. Ooh, we got a cube!
Chris took an immediate and deep dislike to the skinny red rectangle. Who the hell did this Thomas think he was?
So I switch. Poor Chris. So I've not got the higher jump, but I can use Thomas. Bullseye.
Chris had been doing fine. He wasn't the highest jumper, but he'd held his own. He'd even been graceful at times.
Aww. Making do with his disabilities.
Actually, not technically graceful, it's probably the wrong word, but you know, fine. There was that skinny little runt leaping about like he owned the place.
Aww, Christopher has issues. Cute. It's nice that they can give them his personalities. Well, they're just cubes. Blocks. No facial features. No eyes, no mouth. Just cubes. Yet the storytellers give the great way of just giving them personality. Thomas is a thing that jumps a lot, and Christopher doesn't mind that he's a bit weaker than everyone else. He still has confidence in himself. It's nice. And switch. Bam. Right.
Okay, this was more like it. A glowy white thing. Only Chris could get to it, which of course made it all the more enticing. What would it do? What new opportunity might this switch open up to him?
Ah, so his trick is he can fit in smaller areas than Thomas. But he can't do jumps. Also, I can carry on each other. That's cool. Loving this music, very techno.
Great, great. Another chance for Thomas to jump slightly higher than Chris. How fortunate. Seriously, this made the whole switch pressing thing entirely worthwhile.
Sarcasm. Seriously, the narrator does it for me.
Was this good? Because on the surface, it did not seem good. Chris was pretty scared. Little Red seemed fine, happy to be on his merry little adventure.
All aboard the Chris train.
Chris couldn't shake the feeling that things had taken a significant turn for the worse since Thomas had joined him.
Aww.
Sure, he'd been able to piggyback his way to ever so slightly higher platforms, but where had that got him? Well, to ever so slightly higher platforms, which was sort of his point.
We all sometimes feel a bit angry at people who can do stuff we can't. We have to remember what makes us important.
Chris stared at Thomas with pure hatred. He seemed so very happy at their situation. Friends together, a brave fellowship of quadrilaterals on a quest for greatness.
Aww.
That would be fine. But it was all the obvious observation that Thomas was doing which grated. Every time they saw something vaguely new, Chris would hear a satisfied little from the vaulting idiot.
It's like a techno storybook.
He hoped the next portal would split them up. if only for a few levels.
Oh, don't be like that, Chris. Whoops. So if I jump on Thomas... Yep! That'll give me a bit of height. Maybe if I do this, goes just as far as I can. Yep! Brilliant! Oh! Jump! Jump! Wait, if we're AI, what does that make the water? Deletion code? Looks like there's something up there, because Thomas can't go in the small gap. Yup! Yup! Oh, no, no. Oh. At least the checkpoints are set this time. Oh, yup. There we go. 1.6. Oh! Got a new shape! A large rectangle.
He knew that this was his chance. A moment to shine. This was game day.
So silly because they're cubes. Right, so if I do this, then I just move cup. So if Thomas helps him get up there, but I leave just enough space. I leave just enough space for Thomas to jump up. Alley-up. There we go. Tall, medium, large.
This would not do. John needed room to show off his exceptional skills. As it was, he was trapped on the wrong side of these little dot things. Where did they come from, anyway?
So he's a bit of a personality disorder. A bit vain. Chris, Tom, John. Fun. So relaxing. So not filled with spikes.
John inhaled the air of the open space, and it smelled of awesome.
I like John.
Time to flex those muscles, to put his training to use. Time to show those little dots how it was done.
Right, only John can make these jumps. So he's tall, but thin, but he can make the biggest jumps. But Carl can't jump over him, so you have to use Thomas. It's like ego representations.
John decided to press the switch to let the little dots catch up with him. John cared for his new allies.
Aww.
You could tell from the sympathetic expression he'd practiced in the mirror all these years.
Oh, John seems very familiar. Oh yeah, I can't make those jumps, can I? Best friends work together. There we go. All aboard the car train. Ooh. Ow. Oh no, we left John behind. Come on board. Pretty sure I'm probably not meant to do this, but it makes it so much easier to move around. Right, so cut. Right, so Thomas will need cut. We'll need John for this. So each guy, no matter what, needs each other. Otherwise it won't work. Oh wow. That's an unfortunate placement. A long pipe surrounded by two smaller squares. What number are we on now? 1.9. Right, so no one can make this jump.
John was happy to keep helping. He felt it was important to his image that he was seen to help the little guys.
Oh, John, you're so silly. There we go, now we can all get through. Whereas they can't push each other. They can only do other things. Let's do it? Yes. No? And if I do what I did before, leave some gap. Come on, Thomas. Just a little more. Right. And then move John. Just move Carl more. Yes! Now I've got it. Working together. This music is amazing. Really helps set the feel. There's no big enemy. There's no sword blades or squids. Just friends. Learning about how to overcome each other's short failings. Oops. Can't make that jump unless... Come on. This narrator isn't here to interrupt this.
He didn't mind them so
Oh,
much.
come on!
The red one, Thomas, had a charming way of applauding every time John jumped.
Right, so let's jump. Yes! Thomas can make that jump easy. Whew. It's close.
The angry orange one was less immediately likeable, but his unremitting cynicism and tutting amused John.
It's like it took my personality apart and just put them into chunks. Delicious chunklets. Thomas is kind of like the all-rounder. Right, I'm gonna do this. Like that. And Chris can... No, it needs Thomas for help. There we go. What's that? Ooh, I want that. Missed! Yeah, Thomas isn't gonna get that. I want that. Don't know what it is, but I want it. Everyone come back. They need a big leap of faith. Oops. Oh. Oh, everyone's falling. Right, I put that there. So Chris can jump. And Thomas. And John. No, that's too high. I push them just to their breach. In point, but that won't work. There's gotta be some way to get that. It looks important, so it must be worth getting. No, that's too short. That's too short. just need a little bit more of an inch. John, move out of the way so Thomas. Chris goes up. Extra. Inklet. Leap of faith! No, that's not gonna work. Maybe if I do it Thomas on John. Interesting combinations. Right. And Thomas bounce. And then John goes on Chris. And Thomas makes the leap. No. I think I got it now. Can't be that hard, they're just cubes. Well, that's not fair, they have personalities. More than cubes now. There's AI, are they alive? That's the question, isn't it? AI truly alive? Balls! Missed it by an inch! I can get it! I can get it. Which one was it that jumping off that I got closest? Right. So Carl, come on here. Carl. And John! Got it! Achievement unlocked. Experienced jumper. They seek it here, they seek it there. Knew I could do it. Just need a bit. We just had to work together. Now I can complete this level as nature intended. Or as programmers, I guess. Chris, John, Thomas. Oops. Whoop. What number's this? Oh wow, so I've got to time it. 1.10. Ah, so...
This is interesting. A floating target. This would require coordination, balance, and timing.
Right, Carl can't make that jump by himself.
John was sure the dots would be lost, but he was happy to guide them to triumph.
Wow, it really is a level of ego. Because Thomas has a normal ego, so he can jump fine. Chris has a bit of a cynicism outlook. Cynicism. Whatever the word is, outlook. So he can't jump very far. Working together, we can make an even balance.
Maybe that's what the dots were for. They were there to extend John's reach, to make his performance even more impressive. John liked the thought. He decided to keep them.
Right, so I'm going to have to place John there. Whoop. What? Did I accidentally move Chris? Oh, there we go. There we go, and I guess we'll end it there. Next time on Thomas Was Alone, we'll see what 2.0 is, I guess. Oh, let's just see a bit of what 2.0 looks like. The initial group possessed single variations in size and strength. More complex configurations were inevitable. In errors, these variations became increasingly extreme. Oh my gosh, I'm a giant block.
This was how Claire would die. She knew it would happen eventually.
And on that bombshell, I'll see you next time.